Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. Yes, it's the Daily Dish, and it's Monday. Are you excited for Monday? I'm always excited for Monday. It's Motivational Monday. This is a recorded show. However, tomorrow I will be back live with you. I cannot wait. This week, I'm kind of setting us up for success for next week, because you know what next week is? It's the Hot Melt Sprint. And I want to see us do this as a group, en masse, get the taste and the flavor and the experience of momentum and of this group doing. You know, it's really interesting when we do things together as a group, there's a whole different dynamic and there's a whole different feel to it. So I'm going to really challenge you to think about this as I'm getting ready for next week. It's a week from this Monday. There's no reason on earth that you cannot do this. It is a free program. So what are you waiting for? Now I'm going to direct you, instead of just to savingdinner.com/sprint, to savingdinner/hub. We call it the Hot Melt Hub. And the Hot Melt Hub has everything Hot Melt Sprint that you need. It has everything to download, everything to watch the webinar, all of it. It's all free. It's all for you. And this can be the beginning of something brand new. Why not? That's what I say. Why the heck not? So let's just keep that in mind, okay? Also, with that in mind, what did I do with it? Here it is. Omega-3X, that's our supplement of the week. You can get this at savingdinner.com/show. Now, hear me out about Omega-3X. First of all, really interesting study I just read probably a month ago about fish oil, a B complex, which you know I always recommend methylated, and resveratrol, which is often known as the red wine antioxidant. It's found in red wine, but you'd have to drink like 100 glasses of red wine in order to get the dose that I'm recommending. But a B complex, that means all the Bs. Methylated, that means everybody gets it, even those who have a DNA situation called MTHFR, which means that you have a mutated gene and you don't methylate your own B vitamins very well, right? Very important. So make sure that the vitamin B that you're getting is methylated, okay? And it's a complex, not just one or two or whatever. It's a complex. That's number one. Get some resveratrol. You want to be taking 500 milligrams, and then you want to be taking 2 of these, 1,000 milligrams. Do you know what you're going to get with that in return as a baseline of everything that you do? You're going to get a 30% decrease risk in dementia. Increased risk in circulation, feeling better, energy, and weight loss. It's incredible, that combination altogether. And you can find the resveratrol. You can find it on Amazon. That's where I get mine. That's where you get your B complex as well, and get your Bio Omega-3X from us, our fish oil from us. I'm going to tell you why. Ours is dried. It's not going to be sitting on some dock in August getting hot and getting rancid. They've shown in tests that fish oils are mostly rancid that are on the shelf today. It's not going to do you any good. This fish oil has been dried in a way that preserves the integrity of the fish oil. You can buy 3, get 1 free. That's a screaming deal. This is a great product I would not be without. So go to savingdinner.com/show and get yours. Okay? No excuses. I want you all to have this advantage. And this is how we do it. You know, this is how we do it. I will tell you, when we went skiing, you know, I take a lot of supplements. You know that. I've shared that before. We cut it down to the nitty gritty when we go out of town. So I cut it down to the nitty gritty. The nitty gritty was my Bio Omega-3X, my resveratrol, and my vitamin B complex. That's what I cut it down to, just those, because that's how critical I think it is for everyone. If you have questions about that, send them into support@savingdinner.com. I'll help you. I'll support you. All right, our quote of the week is so good. That which we tend to pay attention to is aligned with what we believe. So that's all we get. Isn't that the truth? Have you noticed that the lip service goes toward the things that we say that we believe, but the action sometimes does not follow? So, we talk about being healthy, eating healthy food, and then find ourselves in the fast food lane. It's not going to do it. I don't believe in staying perfect, but I do just believe in staying excellent. Perfect isn't on this side of glory after all. So let's get busy. Let's get busy. It's time for us to really walk our talk. This is a week of preparation. And here's a mindset piece for you that I want you to go pro. Be a pro about approaching the hot milk sprint. This is all about mindset, And there's some doing too. You want to get your hot, your bone broth ready. There's a lot of things that you want to get done and ready. You can purchase it. You don't have to be perfect about this. But what you do need to do is put on the mindset that this next week coming up, a week from this Monday, you're going to go full out, committed 100%. That's what pros do. When pros do this, they move the needle in their lives, right? So we're going to go there. So when you think about what separates success from failure, you have to look at those who've experienced sustained success. The word sustained success. And if you look in the Hot Milk Sprint group, you can see that. We've got some sustained success in there. And you know what they're doing? They're doing the same thing. They're showing up. They're showing their food sometimes they're not, or they're showing quotes that have meant something to them, that have helped them to get along the way. Because here's the thing, it is not ever just about a plan. It's about a plan. It's about a mindset. It's about moving your body. It's about hydration. It's about sleep. It's about the entire person of who you are. When we get that, that's when we get the success. Not until then. It doesn't happen. It might happen for a second and then back on it goes. But we get obsessed and just completely, transfixed by this whole idea of weight loss, when what we need to be transfixed on is our overall health. Do I feel good? Am I vibrant? Those are the questions we need to be asking about ourselves. Because there's a lot of talk and pontification, about these concepts and ideals. But the problem is very little walking the talk. And it shows up, it really shows up. You can't say it and not have it show up in your life. Paulo Coelho said, "The world is changed by your example, not your opinion." And that's all it is. If you don't have action following the things that you state to be important, you're merely giving an opinion. You're not giving actionable, life-changing, this is what I do stuff. You're just giving an opinion. And the pros who faithfully execute on this, they get it. They get that what they say and what is coming out of their mouth needs to be followed up with absolute 100% action. And I am inviting you to this pro side for next week. This week, we get ready. This week, our mindset shifts. This week, the things that we do shift just a tiny bit. We add these little things in. Here's a couple of things that we do. We understand that we are pros. Nothing's going to stand in our way. We keep going. We don't quit on ourselves. That's what amateurs do. We also understand that pros see practice as competence. Amateurs get bored and then they stop. So when I say practice, I'm talking about doing the same thing over and over every day, making that smoothie, making sure that you have the food that you need for each day. Menu planning, it's a chore. Menu planning, is it fun? Maybe sometimes, I don't know. I could get bored with it too. Listen to me, the queen of this, right? But that's what it is. And we just need to look at it. We need to understand this is what it's all about. Pros also see motivation as fleeting. And amateurs keep looking for it and expecting it to show up, knock on the door, and say, here I am, motivation, now you can get going. There's a big difference there, isn't there? Because if we sit and we wait for motivation to show up, we are going to be waiting a long time. That's what amateurs do. Pros also know that having a skill and skill development are everything. That's everything. They have to develop skills. If you don't have it down, if it takes you too long to make something, then take a look at it. Assess it. What's going on? Go get a food processor and chop those vegetables if it's taking you forever to get it done. Take a cooking lesson. Do cooking camp, for heaven's sake, because we have that. And I'll show you how to chop an onion very fast, right? Without losing a finger. But you know what amateurs do? They say, oh, it's just too hard. It's just too overwhelming. They never get up off the dime. Well, if I have to make my bone broth. No, you don't have to make your bone broth. Well, if I have to make this, they'll go buy a bag of salad and use our salad dressing. If push comes to shove, use a bottled dressing. Just make sure the ingredients are decent if you don't mind paying that kind of a price. These are the things that separate pros who are on top of what their lives are about, their walk and their talk match, versus an amateur. An amateur who is all talk, no go, quits easily, and makes the declaration, well, that's just too hard. It's just too overwhelming. So you want to know how to go pro? I'm going to tell you. I've got 5 things that are going to help you, right? 5 things. Number 1, decide this is what you want. Declare that this is what you want and decree it to be so. This is those 3 Ds, right? If you make a decision about this, then decide, not a little bit. Don't straddle the fence, not 95%, 100%. I'm 100% in. This is how I get results. You declare it. I'm declaring this is my thing. This is what I'm going to be doing. This is what I'm about. And then you decree it and you say, I am a professional. I'm doing this all the way 100%. And you let your whole community know. Get into the Hot Melt Sprint group and let them know. I dare you right now, by the way, and I'm putting this down, throwing down the gauntlet. I want every single person who's listening to this and is saying, yeah, that's me. I want to be a pro. You get into the Hot Melt Sprint group and you say, as of today, March, whatever date, what is it? The 6th, the 4th, March 4th, I am committed 100% to doing the sprint full out next Monday. Do it. I want to see how many people get in there and do that. That's your first assignment as a professional. You ready? Let's go. Number 2 is commit to the vision and be all about the vision daily. I'm going to get up. This is what I'm going to do. You might want to use a time block sheet too, by the way, if you have to rearrange some day stuff. If you have to rearrange some things, that's at savingdinner.com/time. And then you can block out what an ideal day would look like. And don't get crazy. Don't get caught in the details. Just think about what is it going to be? How am I going to prepare for this? What am I going to need to do? How much time is this going to take? And just block it all out and figure it out. Setting up your hydration station. You want to do that in the evening, or you want to do that first thing in the morning? Putting out your clothes to work out, putting out, getting your journal ready and getting your meditation stuff set up. All of that stuff, because if you can start doing these little tiny things that I'm talking about, I'm telling you, that is a commitment to the vision. That is a commitment to the vision, and it's done on a daily basis, and it's done in order to shift your perspective from an amateur to a pro. You ready for that? I say you are. Number 3, remember that your priorities create your boundaries. Here's where it gets really interesting, because there's always going to be something that's going to get in the way. Is it? Will it? Can it? Or are you going to create a boundary around it? Every once in a while, there's things that you can't stop. For example, we have people who are taking care of elderly parents or young children, and there's things that happen, and we have to be flexible about that. However, I will also say that oftentimes we just lay down when somebody calls and says, hey, do you have time to talk? And you can say, no, I don't, but I can call you at 3:00 today. Does that work? If you've blocked that time out, keep to it. That's what a pro would do. Number 4, invest in yourself. Go get your kit. Go to savingdinner.com/kits. I think that's where they are. Jenny will correct me. Look in the comments. It'll be there if I've got it wrong. But I just want to say something. I have seen such remarkable progress when you start the day right. When you break your fast with a Target Trifecta smoothie, everything lines up. You've got your fat, you've got your fiber, you've got your protein lined up, ready to go, and keeping you satiated until it's ready, time for your next meal, your meal. And here's the other thing that you need to look at is as you look at it, instead of as an expense and you look at it as an investment, you see yourself through different eyes. I want you to start seeing yourself with different eyes. Expenses are things like frivolous coffee at Starbucks. That's an expense. Investing in yourself, in your health, in the things that you're doing, using the products and being all about it. And by the way, don't be a supplement hoarder. There's a lot of people who hoard their supplements. I don't get it. Use them. Use them. And every time you have to go back and buy them again, be grateful for them because they are the needle mover, y'all. And I'm not just saying that because I make them. There's a bunch I don't make anymore, and I send you off to Amazon to go get them. I am telling you, though, that supplements can change your life simply because they contain the components from real food that can push up that thing just a little bit. Like when you're using, for example, L-glutamine to get a handle on your appetite. It's incredible what happens. Okay? Keep that one in mind. And number 5 is to wake up with purpose and plan to kick everything all in the butt. I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. You know, it's really interesting when you stand up and you're just like, wake up, you put your feet on the floor and this is my day. I've got this day. I can do this. I'm a professional. You know, I am in control of my time. I am in control of the actions that I take or not take. I am in control of what is next. I am, and you are. Start with eating your big, ugliest frogs first. You get those frog eating out of the way. You understand. If you don't know what eating a frog is, it's just essentially, it's nobody actually looks forward to eating frogs. But sometimes we just have to get them out of the way. And that's how it is with some of these big things. Get your workout out of the way. Get your big walk out of the way for the day. Whatever it is. Things that you put off and then end up not doing and then feeling bad about it at the end of the day. Those are the things that should go to the front of the line, especially if they're a priority, especially if there's something that you talk about that's important to you and you're not doing. That's a broken promise with yourself. You have to fix that. And remember this is one of the things that's been really helpful for me. The starker the contrast with what it is that I am doing and what it is that I want to do instead, the easier it is for your brain to see. It's better for your vision. You're saying, oh my gosh, no, I don't want that at all. You know, it's like looking at a fast food burger as opposed to looking at a steak and some salad sitting on your plate. You know, there's a contrast there. There is a contrast there. Pros capitalize on the contrast. So always do some comparing. Don't compare yourself to others, but compare what you're doing with what you want to do and look for the contrast and look for the up level. That's what pros do. And that's what you do. And next week, as we start the sprint, we're going to have such momentum, such community, and such vibrancy. I already feel it. Are you going to do it with me? I sure hope so. Pinkies up on that one. And peace be with you. I'll see you tomorrow, Tuesday, Transformational Tip Tuesday. Don't miss it. Bye.
Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.